Everybody, how are you today? I'm Patricia McNeely from Chicago, Illinois, and I am a Blu-ray twin flame. I am twin flame body, twin flame reconnection, here to help you. So in this video, I want to talk about timelines 2, the split. So we're talking about where things split off and that the collective is not all going at the same time. It is largely assumed, especially within certain spiritual communities, that everybody is doing everything all at the same time. That's a fantasy. It is based on past ascensions. It's not based on what's happening now because there's so much that is subjective. It depends what you're willing to let go of, what you're detaching from, what you're hanging on to, and sometimes your level of health. Sometimes that's not a person's fault. So I don't want people to find fault with me or with themselves about this, because if someone is unhealthy to begin with, it is a challenge. It's a challenge to do some of this. It's a challenge to purge. It's a challenge to get help. But more help is available now. And yes, it does take investing in that help and investing in yourself, because largely a lot of this is not really known outside of certain communities. Okay, so time for the fluff to stop in some ways, so that people can really get where they need to be and not just sit around wondering why they feel like the train is missing them. Okay, there's always another train that comes, but right now I'm going to talk about the split here at the end of October into November. So we have the collective. In a way, it's been brought to this place, but now comes the time for stopping avoiding the things that need to get done. Really assess it, be aware of it. Okay, this could mean really things that have to do with where you live, how you work, who you're associating with, addictions, like all kinds of stuff. Finally being able to address health issues. Now, I will say that a lot of people get angry at the medical community for not figuring out their metaphysical ascension symptoms. But the medical community does what they're supposed to do. So if you want to click off right now, please go right ahead. I happen to have had very, very good medical people, and there are medical people going through ascension. So if you want to hear what's next, just pay attention. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying that they are doing their part. Criticizing isn't helping people do their part, because they can feel that. We can all feel those negative vibes around. That's part of the dark forces that people do to each other. If you're sending negative vibes to someone or hatred, they're going to feel it. We're sensitive. We feel. I feel it when my feelings get hurt. So, people do. We are coming back to sensing in the right way and being sensitive toward each other, considerate, kind, compassionate. That's part of how it happens. So as the collective is moving, and some things have not been able to address, like some people have not been able to get medicines for their mood swings or anti-anxiety meds. That's where it comes in handy. So, let's not be overcritical here. But this split, there are going to be people that do raise up. They're aware of a new level. They've been working on it. People have been working with me to get to this new level and level up their lives, level up their health, level up so many aspects of their life, their livelihood, what they love doing for a living. I teach all that. I teach about eating for your light body. I teach about making a difference with the work you do that you feel from your heart, and something that is enjoyable too. Mental health. Mental health is a big part of this, because the mind has been so overloaded with stuff for centuries. And then you have the ancestries, and then you have all the input from this life. It's a lot. The next wave of people, so this is where the split is. Some people are going to stay put. They're not really going down. They're just sort of, I don't know why I drew it that way. So let's say the collective is here. Some people are staying put. Some people are moving up higher. They're moving on up. They're up leveling. So for November of 2020, while some people are on hold, other people will feel as though they are being renewed. They're being re-energized. Why? Because they have done the work to make those connections that they need to. They have done some of their purging. And again, this is not everybody all at the same time. Some people here might have to be on hold while something gets innovated in order to help them level up so they can feel it. What else is happening? In December, people will be having some of the love dreams. If you've been in a separation, if you have had someone you care about die, that's a part of that. You will be accessing a level that is beyond the astral plane, beyond the ancestral plane, and you'll be feeling it. Now, what about January of 2021? For people that are either on hold or they weren't able to make the decisions here, it is hard decisions time. It is sometimes deliberating about those decisions. Do you stay? Do you go? Do you not decide? Do you decide and it's really big? Do you get the divorce? Do you embark on something that maybe you have been thinking about over the past 10 years? Or avoidance. Some people will still stay in that avoidance pattern and they will self-sabotage themselves. I don't recommend it. I'm a person that sometimes has procrastinated. I get it. You put off and you put off. But I'm going to just make a suggestion that during this time, before that, really take a hard look at it and talk to me. I help you sort it out and get it focused. And not only that, we start getting it moving. This is not stopping. So this is very fluid. You know, people are going to go up and down and people are going to do this. They're up, they're down, they're up, they're down, they're up, they're down. What about January? For people that have been through stuff in 2020, they're going to find some balance and a new level of health as they integrate the template of relationship from 5D. The template of relationship from 5D is anchored in several parts of you. It has to be because it supports you, but it is dangling you here from 5D, if I could put it that simply. And that's not really understood because a lot of people feel like they're just, crashing down an entire dimension right here down onto Earth. And there's spaceships that are going to, I can't even hear that stuff anymore. It just is comically absurd. For me, because of where I've gotten to, it's sort of like the theater of the absurd. And yet this is very real for some people because they just feel like it's an endless tirade of things that they're enduring. Please don't. Please come out of your burrow. Please come out and don't be afraid. And let's get you focused where you need to be because the main thing that gets you there is love. 5D love that connects to you and not just like that first frisson of whatever you felt. And this other separation, you know what this is also going to be? This is going to be the difference between a true connection, okay, a true soul connection, or just an attraction, okay? I'll use the word attraction, although other people use words like lust. It's not always lust. It could be like a crush. It could be like that first schoolboy crush or that first schoolgirl crush. And I've got to understand that. What if you have had lives? Were they really hard lives? You've been part of a work gang. Like I think of some of those old movies, like the Hebrews in Egypt. They're just making bricks all day long. And, like you don't have a life. You don't have a lover. You're just there to work. Or people who have worked here in the South, a lot of African American people. What do you have? You're being told, who to be with and who to make babies with, and you like someone over there and you can't even visit them. And your life is like a living hell. And what do you know? That capacity for love, when it doesn't get nurtured, really dwindles. And that's the reality, okay? I don't care who thinks I'm saying things as a person sitting here and saying it. I have memories of it. Furthermore, when I have done sessions with people, I see their past lives like it opens up like a movie scene. I see what affects them, not just here, but into their cosmic lives, which are lives on other planets. What have they endured? Where was the straw that broke the camel's back that continued those patterns into place? Because it's like doing this. The more you chop, I mean, I'm going to get a bruise here. Maybe eventually my arm will break, and then maybe eventually it'll just come off. That's what happens to people. We're so super strong. We are super strong, angelic people. But we lose it down here because of all the stuff. But we brought that all from someplace. So I help people get up out of it. Doesn't matter where you're from. It's like the sun. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're from. Just as long as you love me. Okay, that's how this love is. This love is not going to care what downtrodden you, what, trapped you or anything like that. This love, though, is for your true connection. So those attractions that are like crushes or, 2-week crushes in school, and then you like another person, and then you like another person. Yeah, that's okay. Those are the first feelings getting back to you. But there's a big difference between that at this level and the huge love that comes to reach you by integration of your brand new template of, I call it the template of romance for short. It's your template of romance. So, hard decisions. These are going to be sometimes like, do I get a surgery? I'm going to share something. I had to get a tooth pulled, or I'm sorry, not pulled, but I had to get a root canal. And I really didn't want to. I wanted to be able to do it with calcium. Maybe if I took extra calcium, I could heal the crack in my tooth. But the answer came back, the amount of calcium you'd have to take would be almost toxic because the human body cannot integrate it and recreate that. The teeth buds start in infancy. They actually start in the fetus, in the womb. And I wasn't going to be able to do it with my adult teeth. So I had to accept it. I had to accept everything about it. And I just went and did it. Okay. That was a hard decision for me, though, because I wanted to be able to do it a different way. It was the same with my eye, getting my eye lasered, and then, hearing a little bit of comedy. Well, the Syrians are using their lasers for good now. Yes, they are. Yes, that's a part of the medical innovations that have come through people from other timelines. Okay, so as those timelines collapse and we're closing the door on them, we want to close the door on the painful stuff and keep the good stuff that you remember, the good people you want to hang around with, the lover that you want to be with, your true connection. So thanks so much for watching, and let me help you. Check out my website at twinflamebody.com. Please subscribe or email me at twinflamebody@gmail.com. Bye now.